All right, guys, welcome back into Above Ground World News. We are live. Hopefully, we're live. I can hear the thunder in the background. They just keep coming with these storms. Better check the watches and warnings real quick here before we jump into it. So we got flash floods going on everywhere, severe thunderstorms. Norman, Oklahoma has been just getting pounded. Let's check out some of these. Where'd it go? Check out some of these tornado warnings. Just in the last 3 hours here, we've had tornadoes in Midland and Odessa, Texas, Amarillo, Texas, Norman, Oklahoma, and then back down in Texas again, Norman, Oklahoma. Man, just everywhere. So they're definitely hitting us. I'm watching this radar right now because I'm probably right in here, and the storms are coming. We can see the next reds are working on the system. Man, we got so much news to get into, unbelievable. So anyway, let me get through over here. We already checked that. All right, let's get into some of the news articles, and then we'll jump back into the weather. And this is pretty crazy, man. Does anybody remember the movie Planet of the Apes? I know there was like a bunch of episodes. I think there's like 14 episodes of the Planet of the Apes. And it was like these guys in a spacecraft, like time warped like 1,000 years into the future. And they ended up on Earth where everything was all blown apart and all that stuff. And the people were the slaves. But this first article we're going to jump to kind of reminds me of this, man. Like, this is like we're going back in time. Chinese scientists insert human brain gene into monkeys. Like, I thought, through their Darwin stuff that we were supposed to come from monkeys. Well, now they're trying to merge monkeys with human brains, man. It just keeps getting more nuts every day. The scientists in China may have created a new kind of monkey. Big ethical dilemma. Researchers inserted a human brain gene into monkeys. An experiment with the potential to cross the wires of human and animal intelligence. That's a really bad idea. Yeah, the tree frogs are going nuts out here. If you can hear them. Oh, right. Oh, Miles Research Company. Look him up on Twitter and then get to his website. Company that steers the atmospheric rivers. There's tons of them out there. So a study published last month, Beijing's National Science Review journal describes the experiment, which is billed as the first attempt to experimentally integrate the genetic basis of a human brain origin using transgenic monkey model. And it values the use of non-human primates in understanding human unique traits. The researchers inserted copies of the human gene, which is crucial for brain development, into 11 monkey embryos through a virus that carried the gene. So they are using viruses to mix in the genes. 6 of the monkeys died. The other 5, though, showed apparent strides in their connective functions. According to the study, those 5 monkeys did not show much difference in their general behavior or size of their brains, but they went through brain scans and memory tests that showed improvements in their short-term memory, reaction times, and brain development. Aren't chimpanzees like 10 times stronger than human beings? Are they trying to create a monkey super soldier, like the Planet of the Apes? Oh, man, crazy stuff here. In other news, we have Russian couple dies in a bubonic plague scare that closes Mongolia border. So it sparked a panic aboard a plane and forcing authorities to place the border under indefinite quarantine, leaving tourists stranded, according to the reports. So this is more crazy stuff going on. And, you got guys out here in hazmat suits everywhere. So this is extremely contagious bacterial disease is spread by fleas living on wild rodents. Can kill an adult in under 24 hours if not treated in time. The plague is believed to be the cause of the Black Death that spread across Asia, Europe, and Africa in the 14th century, killing about 50 million people. Just add that to the list. U.S. life expectancy drops for a third year in a row, reflecting rising drug overdoses and suicides. How about the eugenics program? How about the depopulation programs? How about the Georgia Guidestones, man? They're hitting us every way they can. All these links will be in the description. How about the CDC, the Center of Disease Control and Prevention, uses zombie preparedness. They want to, they have to lie about everything. So they use the zombie to try to get your attention. And it's just crazy, man. They want to fake you out any way they can. And then down here in Australia, you got drone footage shows spread and size of Britain's mega farms that speed up climate change. What? They call it intensive farming is blamed for helping to accelerate climate change, driving species loss, emitting damage, slurring and nitrates, putting smaller farmers out of business and causing large-scale animal suffering by cramming creatures into windowless buildings with no outdoor access. The UK has an estimated 800 mega farms. This is pretty crazy stuff here, too. They won't call it what it really is. They won't call it climate control. They have their hands on the thermostat dial, but yet they want to find any way they can to blame us. So how about the Australians issue the HIV warning over vampire facials? Are you kidding me? So now people are getting these vampire facials. I remember, who was that actress that got one? Yeah, who was that? Kim Kardashian got one back in 2013. Well, now apparently it's a trend. People are getting HIV from it. Leave your body parts alone. All right, now back in Germany, parents who fail to vaccinate children against measles. So they're proposing fines for parents of school-age children who haven't been vaccinated for measles. I'm not even going to get into this vaccination thing tonight, but here's a mega heads up. Al-Qaeda magazine calls for firebomb campaign in the U.S. So these magazines that come out for the boogeyman, they're telling these guys to make lone wolf attacks, making bomb in the kitchens, but they were talking about creating fires out in Montana. Let's see if I can find that. I put that on here. Let's see if I got it. Yeah, they gave details on how to ignite an ember bomb in a U.S. forest, recommending Montana because of the rapid population growth in wooded areas. They're trying to target or want to target people out in the woods. So just a heads up on this. All right, now we can go ahead and jump back into the weather. Let me go ahead and bring up the tropical tidbits. Here, let me cough real quick here. All right, let's try to get this. Yeah, man, whatever they are spraying up in the sky, wait till you see the worldview map. I still had it loaded from yesterday. So we got yesterday and hopefully today's loaded up as long as the storm stays away. So we're going to take this up just the next, like 24 hours here, 36 hours. So there's going to continually flood us out. The Mississippi River, the Missouri River, all the rivers. Hell, in Texas down there, the whole city streets are going underwater. You got cars stranded everywhere. I posted a video over on the Above Ground World News page there on the Facebook page where a city in Iowa, the Missouri River, come over the banks, and you've seen these people just running out of their building, trying to get to the cars as this water just rose like 3 feet in just minutes. I mean, it's some crazy footage. So, yeah, man, crazy stuff going on. In fact, let's go ahead and check the total precipitation amounts. I mean, we're looking at days of Noah type flooding right now. Way worse than 1993. If it's not that bad yet, it's going to be that bad. Let's take this on up the next 16 days. We'll see where the full targets are. Look at Texas. Look at Louisiana, Arkansas, Kansas. Man, they're just going to take us out any way they can. They're flooding everything out. There will be no growing season anywhere here in the central area at all. So mega spraying, mega everything right now. So we are in a battle for damn sure. So these storms were so fabricated here. Let me change the scene here. Now, I screen capped what I could last night before the internet went down. So I'm just going to let that kind of run through while I'm trying to get some stuff loaded here, so that we're all ready to jump into this. And then we're going to jump into the worldview map. Yeah, a little bit ago it showed Wyoming, where the whole state like went into a tornado warning just for like a minute, man. It was pretty weird. I did screen cap a picture of it. See if I got that picture. I can't remember what I named it. But I had to screen cap it because I figured it'd probably disappear. So I don't know what was going on with that. Let's see if I can find it just real quick here. Yeah, here it is. So check that out. Almost the whole state just blinked into a tornado warning, and there really isn't hardly any storms there. But look at that size of that tornado warning alert, man. That's crazy. Let's see if I can fast forward this up. Yeah, I caught some next rads doing some crazy stuff. We're looking at the lightning right there. And let me just kind of fast forward this up if it'll let me. Yeah, I was checking all kinds of different layers, trying to find different, anomalies and stuff. And was just checking all this stuff out. So here's a radar out of Springfield, Missouri. And you can see it took that little system right there. Let me rewind it here just a little bit. And it blasts that system, and that system just starts spinning like crazy. You can see all the beams and pulses being shot out of this thing. And just watch right down in here. Watch this thing just start rotating as soon as the next rad like pumps up. So check that out right there. It did a couple little flashes, and look, that thing just starts turning into like a hurricane. So that was pretty crazy, man. I checked this out for quite a while. I was looking at all kinds of crazy stuff. Got it all screen capped and all that. So I'll probably make a separate video out of that some other time. All right, let's jump into the, right now, let's go ahead and take a look at the worldview map. Yeah, beams and pulses, there's they send off microwaves, radio frequency waves. There's actually when you get the solid beams that run for more than like 15 minutes, that's called searchlight mode. They have mandates on that stuff. They're not supposed to be running that long because then you're cooking the birds out of the sky. You're heating you're not the ionosphere, but you're affecting the clouds around that system, man. They steer these systems with the NEXRADs. And out here off the coast of California, we have cloud seeding operations again. But I want to show you a really weird one yesterday. Up here off the coast of BC. Look how these trails are just spreading apart. But yeah, this cloud signature is just crazy. Get that where it like starts out. So just heavy aerosols were being deployed. You also have these ship tracks out here, the bunker fuel being deployed. And so yesterday, yeah, they have these super strange cloud anomaly along with the trails. So just crazy stuff. I mean, they were heavy spraying up in BC. And you barely see the shipping operations. They're right in there. I'm not going to load the layer yet on that. And yeah, so this was all yesterday's spraying operations. Yet back down in the Bajas, they're starting a new spraying operation. So they're just going to keep on steering the atmospheric river right up into the Gulf of Mexico. They're pulling part of it from over here at the equator, bringing it up over the Bajas, and then they're crashing it into the system in the Gulf of Mexico. Let's go ahead and go on up to today. And then you can see in the same area, new spraying operations. These are not water vapor. That's a disinformation campaign. These are chemtrails. These are cloud seeding operations. They're using the planes. They use the ships. So you can see them. They're actually spraying under the clouds. A lot of times you see it over the clouds. Well, now they're doing low-level spraying out here. I mean, it's just going on everywhere. You know, and I'm trying to figure out, are these chemtrails down here in California? Are these fires? What is this stuff? Is that chem fog? So, yeah, I can't really tell. Yeah, these clouds are perfectly normal. They're not being hit with electromagnetic waves. You can see a few ship tracks. I'll go ahead and let me try to load that layer. Let's try the 3.7s. If I get it to load here, all right. So let's put on the cloud effective radius. See if that layer will load today. Yeah, if you think chemtrails are conspiracy, man, you got a lot of things to learn, man. There's nothing natural about our weather systems, nothing natural about the storms, and it's damn sure not climate change. It's not global warming. It's climate control. So, yeah, there's the ship tracks. There they are. Sometimes you got to fake them out and use these different layers to catch them. Let's go back to yesterday, see where they were yesterday. See, this should be loaded. This is from yesterday. Why is that not loaded? So they were right here today. Now we'll see if this thing will load where they are today. And I don't know why it's taken so long to load. Wow, is it going to load? So it's loaded there, but we can't get it to load. Oh, here it comes. All right, so they were in the same exact place yesterday. They got the Pandora fog experiment going on out here in the West Coast, straight out off of California, off of Oregon, and almost all the way up into Washington. So yeah, see, they're sticking together, man. These are not fishing vessels. These are not cargo ships. They're doing patterns to, hit these high pressures and low pressure systems to create the weather. They're everywhere out here. So we've got a huge fleet out here. And then you got all the aerosols being deployed from the planes. On top of it, you have complete control of the thermostat. Let's let that load. Look how this big X pattern is starting to drift into each other. Crazy little cloud signature there. You got mega heavy spraying going up over Seattle, right over the border. I mean, big time spraying up here in BC. We'll see that really good on the GO 17. And San Francisco's getting bombarded right over Sacramento on up into Reno. So they're spraying the next system. They're already cloud seeding the next system. Check it out down here in the Bajas. Major spraying operations again. See if we can load up a couple different layers and get it documented good. All right there. Check out this crazy cloud signature yesterday down here in Texas. There's no way this is normal, man. This is right where them cloud generators are. We watch them all the time pumping that stuff out. I mean, look at that. That's like one monster, like thunderhead right there. That is just crazy, that line right there. I would love to see a picture of that from the ground. That would have to be just a crazy picture. Here we are today. I was still on yesterday's tic-tac-toe. Anybody? They're playing tic-tac-toe in the sky right here off of Oregon. So the spraying operation continues up here off the coast of Washington, Oregon, and Northern California. Looks like all the main spraying is over Nevada. Nothing. Maybe a little bit there getting ready to happen over the Bajas. Nothing right now. Down in Mexico, you got spraying operations. They must be refueling the planes over here. Now, you do got a spraying operation over Montana. And they're spraying the whole north side of the storm, cloud seeding to the max. Look at that crazy, funky, synthetic sky. They want to call that water. They want to call it water vapor. Water vapor that turns into a weather system. Starting to hear the thunder. So hopefully they don't shut us down a little bit. So you got a big time spraying operation over Alabama, Tennessee, going up into Kentucky, Virginia. Some kind of toxic cloud there over New York. It goes, the spraying continues all the way up into Nova Scotia. And we got a spraying operation out here off the coast of Florida. You know, there's severe weather going on down here in Florida, too. Let's check out if they sprayed it yesterday. Yep, of course they did. You can't have a weather system without some aerosols being deployed into it. You know, it's getting so crazy, the climate change agenda. You know, they blame everything but what it really is. And then they call it a different name. All right, let's just go ahead. I didn't load up this whole map just because I was worried about the storms coming in. So I don't know if this is going to load. Looks like we're kind of in the orange there. Haven't been able to watch Chatterton. Thanks out there, Collective Dreamer, for the super chat. And Bamboo out there, Christy. Much love out there. St. James, hey, I got your package today. Much love. So it looks like France is getting waxed right now. Get this to load. You know, there for a while, Portugal and Spain, they didn't get sprayed for weeks. Their radar went down, and the chemtrail planes couldn't fly. They were perfectly clear that whole time. Once the radar started working, the planes went back into the spraying operations. It's going on all across the globe. It's not just the United States. These spraying operations is a worldwide operation. I mean, look here at France. Look out here in the Mediterranean Sea. You got some of the heaviest spraying going on the planet, all over France. Look at Paris. They're getting blasted. This is what we call getting bombarded. Try to get that to load up a little better. There's only one place on the planet that rarely gets sprayed. And take a guess where that is. Hey, thanks there, Rhonda. Yeah, this thing's really, some nights this thing just really loads slow. UK, you're getting hammered right over the center, all the way over into Ireland. Heavy aerosols up here. Heavy, it's a heavy mix. You know, they got different batches for these different systems. You know, if they're ice nucleating, they can cloud seed to make it not rain. They can use a rain retardant. They can put vaccines in there. They can put GMOs. I've done several reports of them dropping GMOs from the sky down in Australia. So yeah, big spraying operation here in the Tyrrhenian Sea. Italy's got aerosols. Let's go ahead and check over here. Hey, thanks there to Discover. Yeah, we're all targets. Look, here's some normal white puffy clouds. You hardly ever see the white puffy clouds unless you visit out here. They were the nice white little puffy fair weather clouds. This place has only been inadvertently sprayed 3 times this whole year. And purposely sprayed once in the northern section. But other than that, they get these kind of clouds. They get these white puffy clouds. Only place on the planet. You get them spraying over the desert all the time. You know, they got all kinds of weather wars going on over here. And we'll see if we can get this to load up. Yeah. Yeah, they will. And that's why they're not getting the 5G, too. They know what it is. They know it's a mind control. So China, mass spraying operation in China right now. I mean, they got a big old, that looks like a smoke curtain. You know, I haven't played the smoke curtain footage in a long time. I wonder if I even have that queued up. Let's check out a smoke curtain from 1923 if I have it queued up. Oh, not supposed to be sound with it. There we go. Yeah, I didn't know there was sound on that, but there's a smoke curtain from 1923. When we see the huge aerosols like this, that's what they remind me of. And then they actually look like this. If you were looking down on it, I've seen them look exactly like that. I call them the chemical dumps. They usually do them out in the ocean just like they're doing there. But it's not to hide the vision of the ships like they were doing here. It's to control the thermostat of the Earth. So yeah, 1923. The first documented that I found was around 1890 something was the first documented successful cloud seeding operation. You can go check that out at weathermodificationhistory.com. So Mongolia is spraying big time. Huge spraying operation, almost over the whole country of Mongolia. Australia's looking pretty clear here. We'll see if we can get that to load. They've been a pretty big target. So is New Zealand. In fact, let me go ahead while that's finished loading. Let me go ahead and check the tropical cyclone page. Oh, yeah, so they got an invest right there. Let me go ahead and get the mimic map loaded. Yeah, so they're going to have probably another little cyclone event. You know, it's turning wintertime out here in Australia. They're getting ready to have a snow. You think David Miles has anything to do with that? I don't know. We'll just have to see. We'll watch for the signatures in the clouds. Yeah, they're like going to be getting snow here in just a couple of days. I did have a report on that. I wonder if I do have that report. I don't have my email up here. All right, I think we're done with that. Let's go ahead and check the radars one more time. Get out of that. All right, let's check the mimic first. Look, the atmospheric river's going up, trying to go up where it normally goes. It usually goes right up into Alaska. And right where we're seeing the weird spraying operations all across BC, you know, that's where they're pulling it. See, let's go check that out. Let's confirm. So right here, the last, few days, they've been deploying all these heavy, crazy aerosols. That's how that's the part of the steering mechanism. And then, they'll start spraying down here in California, and all of a sudden this thing will get pulled straight down. It won't even go up and hook around like a regular atmospheric river. These things should be swirling like an ocean wave. But we see them get pulled straight, and right here in America, they're pulling that up using the radars. So complete manipulation. Yeah, you're actually starting to see some spin right there. Pretty crazy. Below the equator, they spin clockwise. Then right above the equator, they're spinning counterclockwise. That is freaky. At 9:51 p.m. in Norman, Oklahoma. Got severe thunderstorm. I wonder if that's just coming out of their stations. Let's go ahead. Wonder if I can put the watches and warnings. There we go. So let's go ahead and check over here in Kansas, see what we got going. Let's see what this radar is doing where the supercell is. Yep, I hear the thunder. Yeah, we could be losing the stream at any time. See, they have the next rad turned way down. They don't have that thing pulsing at all yet. So hopefully we'll see if they got it turned. If they got it turned down, they're not trying to affect the storm. They're letting it roll right on through. Look at that. It's turned way down. They want these storms to go right there. So it's turned way down. Nothing's blossoming up on that thing. Yeah, the radar's not doing much of anything. I guarantee the radars up here are probably pulling that thing towards it. Thanks there, aka Jordan, much love. So yeah, okay. Let's go ahead and try down here in Texas, or was that Oklahoma? Didn't really see where I clicked, but we'll check this radar too real quick. Try to get that to load. And hopefully let me pause this one. That may help. Probably don't even need that one. And we'll check this one out here in a few minutes. It looks like it's loading up pretty good. All right, so what's this radar doing? It's just at a low buzz. Still at about a 50 nautical mile low buzz. It's kind of shrinking down a little bit. Whoa, they give it a little pulse. And as far as it goes, we can't see what that pulse did to the system yet. So look at it sucking the moisture into the radar. Can't believe it's already got a load again. So yeah, it's just sucking moisture right into it. Then they crank it up a little bit there. So yeah, they definitely turned that one up. Let's go ahead and jump out of there. And let's go ahead and check the aerosols. And we'll catch them in the act. You can already see the aerosols being deployed over the bot. Now, why has it got to load again? Got aerosols all up in the northwest. I mean, look at them coming straight down. What the heck is going on with that? So you got some kind of giant like gear drive up here. That is pretty crazy. I've never seen it come straight down like that. Right down the coast. And you can see all the aerosols there, all the aerosols here. Aerosols out ahead of these storms all the way around. Let's jump a little bit closer here. Let's see what that one looks like. Yeah, they love trying to explain stuff. You know, that's why they got to keep coming up with new names for clouds, because they're creating them. We didn't have them before. They didn't have a name because they didn't make them before. Look at all the aerosols out here. That's all fake clouds. That's all man-made. Look at that. They were really hammering Oregon and Washington and all out off the coast. Heavy aerosols. Yeah, that's just coming straight down. See, they're seeding the high pressure. In fact, let me see if that's a high pressure there, or if that's the low pressure. Let's go to the trusty old Earth null here. I hear the thunder coming. We're probably gonna lose this stream here any minute. So they're seeding the high pressure system. So now I want to look at the winds. I'll get that off on the winds. So the winds are coming kind of down at an angle. Let's check this out at 1,000. Yeah, so they created their own like vortex out here. Their own high pressure vortex. Look at that. They got the winds running. So you have the ship tracks, you know, like right here. And then all the aerosols are being deployed right there. So they're working in conjunction. And then here's our 3-hour precipitation forecast. Look at that, right where the aerosols are being deployed. But check out them amounts. So we're looking at 2 inches in 3 hours. That's a lot of rain. That's a monsoon. Let's see if we can fast forward this up a day. Yeah, so we're looking at, you know, a lot of rain here. Go ahead and check the ocean heights, see if we got any kind of crazy anomalies going. Got one little one there. Where's it headed? Yeah, nothing too big there. Oh yeah, I wanted to check I forgot to look at the polar vortex winds. Look, we still have just a little sliver of winds up here in the troposphere. But if you go down south, wow, it's starting to resemble like a cyclone emblem. And you wonder why the Australia is getting ready to go into wintertime. Let's check the temperatures. So it looks like they're doing a little bit of a heating event right there. So they're doing a heating event. That would probably pull it up. We'll watch that just to see. Look, we have a heating event over Greenland, over the East Coast. And this is way up in the troposphere up here. All right, we're probably good with, oh yeah, let's go ahead and check the carbon monoxide. Carbon, yeah. So really heavy, right where them nasty looking clouds were. Look at that. We're really, really high right now. The whole place, except for right there. China and India. Man, India's really gone down. China has too. They got a real bad one up there, but looks like a lot of fires going on. Probably some volcanic stuff there. Oh, forgot the carbon dioxide. Yeah, we should have known it was going to be heavy there off the East Coast. A little bit of good air here and there. Not very much, though. Now, why is the air so clear in that one spot? What's going on up here? There's hardly anything there. That's a weird area. Go ahead and check our particulates. Oh, yeah. Pretty bad air up here. That's right. Pretty much like right there on the border, I think. So if I look at that, there's the river there. So that's down in Washington. So we got something funky going on there in Washington. Maybe some volcanic stuff. All right. All right, let's get this to play. Oh, yeah, we've seen that. That was a mega aerosols there. Let's go down south, see what's going on down in the southern part of California. We know they're getting completely bombarded up in the north. Yeah, so all the aerosols are way up north and then down here in the Bajas. You do see a little bit, yeah, there's all the spraying crashing down. You can actually see the ship tracks right there. Yeah, I don't know if you guys can hear that thunder, but it's coming. Yeah, we're probably going to lose signal any second, probably. Yeah, once the storm comes, man, I'm going to lose. I'm on satellite, so especially if it's a big thunderstorm, I won't get any kind of signal. So we got a big aerosols being deployed in the backside of these systems. And also in the front side, there's that spot we seen in Alabama. Look at that heavy aerosols down there in the Bajas. I mean, that's mass, thick sprays right there. So they're combining the aerosols from the Bajas, the aerosols up from the north, and then the aerosols into the backside. So it's a 3-part mix. Look right there. There's huge aerosols right where the severe weather was. There in Oklahoma. Look at that. It lines up perfect with the aerosols. You just go a few hours into the future. So right here it's showing us we're going to have severe weather right there at the corner. Hey, thanks out there, Michelle and Matt. Much love out there. Thanks. So total deployment, total fabrication, man. Completely. All right, let's go ahead and go a little farther over. And see what we pick up down here. I guarantee they're spraying there in Florida. Look at that right there. All through Florida, down here in the islands. Mega spraying over Florida, mega spraying over Tennessee, Kentucky, North Virginia, South Virginia. Couple thick, like a single sprayer there over Georgia, but a thick one. Alabama. Pretty much everybody. Yeah, look at this new spraying operation in Georgia up to Alabama. and then completely bombarded in southern Florida. So all that's headed to Bermuda. Yeah, huge spraying operations. Let's go up to the north, see what they're doing up there. I clicked the wrong thing. And there you go. Yeah, Pennsylvania, New York. So pretty much everybody's getting sprayed. Wisconsin, Iowa, Minnesota. So I don't know if there's any state not getting sprayed right now. What is this stuff? What is that? Wow. That just like, it emanates from like right there. And it's going out. That's like a nasty spraying operation there. It's way below the regular clouds. Look how heavy that spraying is in West Virginia. We're going to have to zoom in on that. I know I'm going to lose signal here any second. But I would like to catch that little spot there just to see. Yeah, I really needed to be a little farther east, but heavy aerosols. Yeah, nighttime spraying. Look at that. They sprayed the whole state right there. All right, guys, I better shut this baby down and unplug everything. Video output is low. And I can hear the thunder rolling.